3 years ago, after the war between Russia and Ukraine started, the prices in Belgrade skyrocketed. After 3 years of madness, they finally are coming down. Let's see what 700 euros gets you in Belgrade in 2025. Welcome. I'm gonna show you the apartment first, but after that I'm gonna tell you things to avoid, how we almost got scammed, how we got scammed. But before that, let me show you the apartment. Let's start with the bedroom. We have a bed, and we have something very special here. We have an air conditioner that's very unusual here. Usually there's just one air conditioner in the living room, but here we have two. Although this one's not very good, it's very loud and it smells. We try to clean it, it still doesn't work. But anyway, we have a view to another house. We have some storage room here. It's pretty big, but yeah. Our bathroom. Everything is super new. The house was built in 2020, so everything is just 5 years old. The shower room is absolutely huge. Let's go further. We have some storage room here. So we have it one here, another one here, but you cannot see it, but now you can. We have another room. This is the working room, and we have another view to the house, to the neighbors. Well, now we come to the living room. That's huge. And you can see that we have a straight line from the kitchen into the bedroom. The space is absolutely huge. Now, this wasn't here, but the TV was here. The kitchen is small, super uncomfortable because it's so small, and there was a lot of stuff from the previous owner or from the previous people, like a lot of bottles and all sorts of stuff. So that's a disadvantage of living in Belgrade or just overall in Serbia. People just don't give a fuck. It's quite small, but we do have the dishwasher, and we have the oven, and we have the fridge, and we have the stove. And now, let's come to the balcony. By the way, the second thing also opens. I'm not gonna open because we have some stuff here, but yeah. This is what we have, and this is the view. Now, let me show you a couple of ways that you can search for apartments and a couple of things to avoid. First of all, you can come to two websites called, one is City Expert, the other one is Halo Oglasi. And Halo Oglasi is just in Serbian, and City Expert is, you can say, Serbian, English, and Russian. Well, we can search for rent in Belgrade, and we can put all sorts of filters here. Now, as I understand, this website is connected directly to the owners, so we used both this website and Halo Oglasi, and we found our previous apartment on Halo Oglasi, but we had some issues with that I'm going to tell you about in a second. And we found our current apartment on this website. So we can put all sorts of stuff here, and then we just go ahead and search for it, click on it, and that's it. Here we come to here, then Stan, which is apartment, then you search for the part of the city that you want. This is for sale, this is for rent, and then we search. And then we can also view the map here, like this. This website only shows 300 maximum results. Well, one of the ways we almost got scammed is by an agency. I don't remember what agency it was exactly, but I can probably find it here. Oh yeah, by this agency, Beostan. We were searching for an apartment 2 years ago, and they wanted us to give them money without any contract. And then when we mentioned contract, the lady just absolutely exploded with anger, and she told us that, how can we do it like this, not give her money without a contract, even though you never do that, right? So we told her about the contract, and then she just disappeared. She said she'll send it the next day, and then she disappeared. So I do not recommend this agency or any agency at all. It's better to do it through the owner. And you can actually put it here, so you can see agency and the owner. So Vlasnik is the owner, just put Vlasnik and everything you'll see here. By the way, let's check this apartment. It's in a pretty good location and huge balcony, 70 square meters. I mean, it's pretty old, but for like 400 euros, I mean, it's great. Okay, the same for this website. You just click on the apartment that you like, and then select the date, select the time. You need to log in and confirm your phone number, and then that's it. So this is the way this works. Okay, now let's talk about a couple of things that you should avoid Well, one of the things is construction, especially in the area that we live in. We live in this part of Belgrade, and there's just so many constructions here, and overall around Belgrade, a lot of constructions. So if you work from home and you need to record videos like I do, it's a bit of a problem. And just overall, the construction starts at 7 a.m. And in the previous apartment that we lived in, we lived there for only 2.5 months. And we specifically asked the owner, will there be any sort of construction? And he said, no. How are the neighbors? The neighbors are quiet. And the neighbors turned out to be super loud. These people would not sleep. They would go to sleep at like 2 a.m. and wake up at like 5. So maybe it was different neighbors, but one neighbor was very loud until 2 a.m. and the other neighbor was loud from 5 a.m. So we could not sleep in that apartment. And then the construction, literally 2 meters away, we had one construction started and the other construction started. So it's very important to check for any sort of constructions around, because it starts at 7 a.m. and it ends, it's supposed to end at 4, but sometimes it goes on until like 6. So from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. construction, and then the rest of the time it was just neighbors. Also, for some reason in Belgrade, the mold is just insane. I'm not sure what it is about the mold here, but every single apartment has so much mold. And even in this new apartment, which is just 5 years old, there's already mold here, even though the country is very hot. Yeah, that's how it is. So check for mold. And another thing is, when you sign a contract here, super important to put in the contract specifically like about the deposit, because locals don't like to give deposits back. It's not only about the apartments, it's also about like car rental. They don't want to give the deposits back. Not everyone, but there is one specific company that did it to us. The owners of the apartment, like, it's important to check the contract and see that they don't mention that they can keep the contract, or if it's not clear if they give the deposit back or not, then you have to put it. And we specifically, like, we requested to change the contract, and we went back and forth multiple times to put it in the contract, because in the like 2 apartments before, the owner didn't want to give us the deposit back. Why? Well, he said because like we always pay in the end of the month, and we were like, no, we always pay in the beginning of the month. And so we had an argument with him. Eventually he gave us the money back, and then he said sorry, but you know, people here just are different, and you should be prepared for all sorts of stuff that can happen. Once again, with agencies, I'd not recommend agencies, because first of all, agencies take a cut. Usually it's half of 1 month. So if your apartment is like 1,000 euros, it's going to be 500 euros for an agency. When with the owners, it's a lot easier. And by the way, with the owners on this website, you just click here to see the phone number and then just call them, or at the bottom here, or maybe they put it in the description here. That's how it is in Belgrade. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the description below. But other than that, if you like this video, you might like this video here. So click on it.